Good morning students. Welcome to online class, history class today. Unit 2 we are going to check today. Okay, the Unit 2 topic is the world between two world wars. The world between two world wars. You know very well, First World War, when it was occurred, 1914 to 18. Yes, in the last class I taught you. Okay, 1914 to 1918 it was occurred. At the end of the World War, they were signed the Treaty of Versailles. It was a humiliating treaty, like that I said. The Second World War, when it was occurred in the sense 1939 to 1945. Yes, so in between, what are the things happened? Yes, what are the things happened in the world? So that only we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, so introduction, before entering into the introduction, yes, what are the things, what are the objectives are there? What are the objectives are there? We can check, children. What are the objectives are there in the sense, through this lesson, we are going to learn about the post-World War developments. Okay, post in the sense, what is that? Pre-World War in the sense, before the World War I. Post-World War in the sense, after the World War I. After the World War I, what are the developments are there? Yes, what are the developments are there? That developments leading to the depression. Okay, Great Depression, yes, which was occurred in USA. Okay, which was occurred in USA. Great Depression, it was occurred in USA, children. So then unjust provisions, it was a Treaty of Versailles, it was a harmful treaty, it's a harsh treaty, harmful treaty, like that I said already. Okay, regarding the Treaty of Versailles and the rise of, that's what result. Okay, so results of the Treaty of Versailles, what is that in the sense? Rise of fascism and Nazism. Fascist leader who in the sense Benito Mussolini, Mussolini. Then likewise, Nazism in Germany. Yes, who was the founder of Nazism in the sense? Hitler, Adolf Hitler. Yes, the next one, anti-colonial struggles and all we are going to learn through this lesson. Okay, anti-colonial struggles. Okay, the next one, European colonization in Africa. Yes, European, under the headline of European colonization in Africa. The next one, independence struggle, yes, and political developments in South America. So these are the things, we are going to learn under this lesson. Okay, children. Yes. The next one is in your book, what is given, introduction page, what is given. It's very, very interesting. Okay, if you are listening in the sense, you can easily understand. Okay, so meanings and all I am telling, you can note down in your book. Okay, with the help of the pencil, you can mark it in your book. Okay, children. So page number in your book, page number, 16. Page number 16, second lesson, unit 2. Okay, so the First World War shattered. What is meant by shattered? Shattered in the sense totally upset. Okay, the shattered in the sense, what is the meaning? Totally upset. Shattered the global economy, the global capitalist system based on the European imperialism. See, the First World War shattered. First World War, when it was occurred in the sense 1914 to 18, like that I said, yes, it shattered, it totally upset the global capitalist system. The European countries, yes, they were occupied a number of colonies. Yes, India was one of the colony of Britain. Is it? We people also suffered under them. Yes, we paid much taxes. Is it? Yes, so likewise, is it global capitalist system based on the European imperialism. So European powers, they were weakened because of the war, politically as well as financially, they were weakened. Okay, weakened in the sense they were suffered a lot financially as well as politically, they were very weak. That's the thing. Okay, the conflict in the sense, what is that? Clashes, fight. Okay, fight in between the workers and the ruling class that controlled the government became intense. Intense in the sense, what is that? Extreme. Intense, what is the meaning? Extreme. Okay, the conflict between the workers as well as the ruling class. Ruling class, like that they are telling now. Ruling class in the sense, what is that? Nobles are there, clergies are there, the rich people, royal people. Yes, the ruling class that controlled. So the both of them, workers as well as the ruling class, they were controlled the government in some countries. Okay, so it became extreme. Okay, so as a result, in Italy, which organization was emerged in the sense of fascism was emerged. Yes, in Italy, fascism was emerged. So likewise, in Germany, what is emerged in the sense, which organization emerged in the sense, Nazism was emerged under the leadership of Adolf Hitler. Then anti-colonial struggles, okay, anti-colonial struggles got intensified. What does mean by intensified? What does mean by intensified? In the sense, it increased, okay, it increased as the colonial power. It increased as the colonial power were weakened by the war, because of the war. Yes, because of the First World War, Britain, France, Russia, Germany, as well as that United States of America, so many countries, they were weakened. Yes, the politically as well as financially they were very weak, like that they are telling. Okay, so here what is given in the sense, the First World War causes, everything we learned, is it? So these are the causes for the outbreak of the World War, like that. And I said immediate causes. I told Austrian Crown Prince was murdered by the Serbian lad, like that. And I said, is it? Now in this lesson, what are the things we are going to learn in the sense social as well as political developments in the world after the end of, otherwise after the end of the World War, social changes, social developments. Yes, what are the social developments? What are the political developments? That only we are going to learn under this lesson. Okay, children. Yes. The next what is given in the sense under that, 2.1 is given the Great Depression. The Great Depression, where it was occurred first in the sense in the United States of America. Okay, in the United States of America on 24th October, it was occurred under the Great Economic Depression. What is given, I am telling children. Okay, the First World War led to the expansion of certain industries. Here what is given, during the time of the First World War, some, wartime requirements industries were started. Okay, the people, some countries, some rich people, they were started the wartime requirements. What is that wartime requirements? In the sense, arms and ammunition. Okay, nice, arms and ammunition, then bombs, everything, it is available in that shop. Okay, so wartime requirements, shops, industries, they were prepared a number of weapons, armaments, everything they were prepared. Yes, but unfortunately, within 4 years, World War was stopped. Okay, the First World War was stopped. It came to an end. Okay, it came to an end. Yes, but industries, they have, they have to meet wartime requirements, had to be abandoned. Abandoned in the sense what? They have to be left in this one. Otherwise, they need the changes, modifications. Some modifications they have to make. Yes, then only, that they can escape from the economic problem. Okay, so the situation, was made worse. Yes, one of the reason, after the World War, yes, what happened in the sense in the European countries, during the time of the World War itself, they were opened what type of the industries in the sense wartime requirements industries, wartime requirement. Through that only they got, arms, ammunition, weapons, everything. They got it, guns, machine gun, everything, they got it. Okay, yes. So now, situation totally changed in 1918 itself. The World War was ended. Yes, now, they have to close that time, they were met a financial problem. So the situation was made worse, otherwise worse in the sense bad. Okay, by the political complications caused by the Treaty of Versailles. So a new wave of economic nationalism which expressed itself. So that time only new wave of economic nationalism. What does mean by economic nationalism? Do you know? Nationalism in the sense we can tell patriotism also we can tell. Okay, economic patriotism expressed itself. Okay, it expressed itself. I can protect the people, I can protect the country, or in the tariff barriers also. It affected the world trade. Yes, the war also placed a heavy burden. Which war? The First World War. The World War, also placed a heavy burden of debt. Debt in the sense, what is that? Kadan. Okay, so that's the thing. The World War also placed a heavy burden on every European country. Yes, so under this much only it's given. The next para, what is given in the sense? Share market crash. Okay, stock market, share market, otherwise stock market crash in the United States of America. So which month, which date, everything is given here. The first huge crash. Yes, crash in the sense which crash? Share market collapsed. Okay, share market collapsed. When? In the sense on 24th October 1929. Yes, 1929 in the United States of America. The first share market, first crash was occurred. This, discouraged investors and consumers. Okay, so who are discouraged in the sense? Investors is those who are investing the money. Okay, those people as well as the consumers, the people also, they were discouraged. Okay, more and more people, began to sell their shares. Yes, began to sell. They were began in the sense they were started to sell their shares. But no buyers are there to buy the share. Okay, so that was the situation that time. Okay, moreover, in your book, dispose, like that one word is there. Dispose of their stocks, like that it is given. Is it? Dispose in the sense, what is the meaning? Giving or selling. Giving or selling to someone else. That's the meaning. Giving or selling to someone else. So that's the thing. But no buyers were there to buy their shares. So it was followed by the failure of American banks. So totally, American banks, everything, failed. So during this time, who was the president of the United States of America? Herbert Hoover, he was the president of America that time. That one, it's not given in your book, children. The American financiers were forced to, this is very important, children. The American financiers were forced to recall their own funds, because majority of the Americans, they were invested their money in the abroad, other countries. Okay, so those time, the American financiers were forced to recall their own funds invested in abroad. Yes, so likewise it's given. This is the one word answer. The first line is very, very important, children. The huge crash, the stock market. Yes, what happened that time? Share market collapsed due to the speculation on borrowed money. That's what, it was happened 24th October 1929. It was happened. One word answer, children. The next, what is given in the sense, next one, breakdown of the international system of exchange. Yes, what happened in England? Okay, in America, yes, American banks, everything, failed. Okay, so because of the share market collapse. Okay, so here, breakdown of the international system of exchange, what happened in the sense, in England, otherwise in Britain, what they are doing in the sense, in order to solve this problem. Okay, in order to solve this problem, what they are doing in the sense, they were cut back, like that one word is there. Cut back in expenditure. Cut back in the sense, what is the meaning? Reducing their expenditure. They were reducing their expenditure, as well as they were increased. The government, suddenly increased the taxation. Okay, taxation. The people need to pay much taxes. So this situation also did not improve the condition. Okay, did not improve the condition. So England, what they are doing in the sense, England decided to leave the gold standard. Okay, England decided to leave the gold standard immediately. Many other countries also, by checking Britain, many other countries also, they were left the gold standard. Okay, so many other countries, number of countries, left the gold standard, like that it's given. Each nation, okay, each and every European nation adopted the policy of protectionism and devaluation of currency. Devaluation, what is the meaning? Decreasing the value of money. Okay, decreasing the value of money. So decreasing the devaluation forced creditors. Devaluation in the sense, decreasing the value of money. So it forced the creditors to stop lending. Lending in the sense, no one can get the money from others. No one can borrow the money from others. No one give money to others even. Okay, so it stopped the lending. So this led to an unprecedented, what is the meaning? In your book it is given, I think so. Unprecedented decline. Unprecedented in the sense, untold. They cannot explain. Okay, such a decline in the world economic activity. So historians, how they are calling this, this depression, this situation. So historians called this as the Great Depression. Great Depression. See, unprecedented decline. Unprecedented is a decline in the sense, untold misery. That is, no one can explain such a, the misery. Okay, so that's a thing. The next one, as its effect was a deep and prolonged. Economists and historians call it as a Great Depression. Great Depression. Yes, it's given here, Great Depression, like that. Okay, so historians as well as the economists only, they are calling, they were called it as the Great Economic Depression. Otherwise, Great Depression. Nothing is there, children. Great Depression in the sense, share market collapsed. Yes, they are due to the speculation on borrowed money. So that's the reason for the Great Depression. Okay, yes, that's the thing. Then next, one blue color box is there. What is given? The gold standard. What is mean by gold standard? Yes, just before only I said England, left which one? Gold standard. At once, many more countries, many more European countries also left the leave the gold standard like that. It is given in your book, just before I told. Yes, the gold standard is a monetary system. Yes, it's a monetary in the sense money. Okay, money system where a country's currency or paper money carried a value directly linked to gold. So here, what is the meaning in the sense? The money value as well as the gold value is equal. Okay, money value and gold value is equal. So that's the meaning of this one. Okay, the next what is given in the sense? Repercussion. Yes, a repercussion, what is the in the sense? Results. Okay, results in politics. In the politics, how it was, that influenced. Yes, which one? Yes, which one? That great economic depression, how it influenced the politics of the European countries. Okay, so that's a thing. Here what is given, children, the repercussion changed the political conditions. Okay, in several countries, totally political countries, political situation, conditions, totally it was changed. In England, the Labour Party was defeated in the general election, okay, which was conducted in the year 1931. In the year 1931, they were conducted the election. Okay, in England. Okay, in that, which party was defeated? Labour Party was defeated. Labour Party was defeated. Yes. So, likewise, in the United States of America, USA, United States of America, which party was rejected by the people in the sense? Republican Party. Republican Party belongs to which? Who belongs in the sense? Herbert Hoover, like that I said, 1929. When the economic depression occurred in United States of America, who was the president that time? Herbert Hoover. Yes, Herbert Hoover was the president of the United States of America. So these people, nearly 20 years, yes, 20 years after the depression, nearly 20 years they were rejected the Republican Party. Yes, in a successive elections for about 20 years after the depression, even they were rejected the which party? Republican Party. In England, Labour Party got defeat. Likewise, in the United States of America, Republican Party was rejected by the people. Nearly 20 years, they were neglected that party. Yes, children. Yes, the next one, what is given, 2.2. Yes, 2.2, you can check it. 2.2 in the sense, what is given is a rise of fascism. Yes, rise of fascism. Fascism, who was the leader? Yes, fascism, who was the leader in the sense? Very, very interesting, children. Fascism, who was the leader in the sense? Benito Amilcare Andrea Mussolini. Benito Amilcare Andrea Mussolini. This man was the founder. Yes, he was the founder of fascism. Okay, here what is given in the sense? I'm telling like a story, children. The A part, what is given? The impact of war in Italy. What was the result of war in Italy? Okay, so that one I am telling. Italy, Italy was participated. Yes, Italy was participated. Yes. Italy was participated in the First World War in the side of the Allies. Everybody knows, is it? In the side of the Allies, they were the supporter of the Allies. Then the financial cost of the participation in the war was huge. Yes, what I am telling in the sense, during the time of the war, when Italy was involving in the war, it spent much amount. Yes, much amount, spent. Okay. Moreover, after the completion of the World War, but Italy, gained very less amount, okay, very less places only it, got. Yes, it got. So, Italy was suffered by the heavy losses in a war that was unpopular with the both parties. What are the parties are there in Italy? In the sense, Socialist Party as well as the pro-Austrian Catholics parties are there. So, both parties, they were, both parties also, they were disliked by the people. Okay, the Italians, totally they were disliked the parties. Who are the parties in the sense? Socialist as well as the as well as the which party? Which party, children? Pro-Austrian Catholics. So the war, the war resulted. Yes, which war resulted? Yes, here and I told just before, yes, the financial cost of the participation in the war was huge. Yes, much amount they spend. Moreover, in the, when they are giving the war indemnity, otherwise the sharing of spoils of war also, Italy got very less than she expected. Is it? Yes, the country, suffered by the heavy losses in a war. Moreover, it was unpopular with the both parties, Socialist Party as well as the pro-Austrian Catholics. Yes, the nationalists also, were equally unhappy. Nationalist parties also were equally, unhappy with the, performance of Italian rulers. So the war, resulted in inflation. What is meant by inflation? What is meant by inflation, children? Inflation in the sense, what is that? That price, increases. Yes, the product price, everything, increases. So there were frequent protest and strikes were there. Frequent protest and protest in the sense, same meaning only, strikes. Okay, strikes, hartals were there. The war resulted in inflation. Inflation, what is the meaning? Just before I said, price increases. There were frequent protests are there, strikes were there. So people held the rulers responsible. So what they are telling, what they are thinking, what they are telling in the sense, Italians, they were thinking, they were thought that rulers only responsible for the humiliation at Versailles. So this much only. The next one, emergence of Mussolini. Yes, emergence of Mussolini. What time, he came into power? Yes, that only I am going to tell now, children. Emergence in the sense, arrival. Okay, arrival of Mussolini. So in the election held Italy, in Italy, they were conducted the election in the year 1919. Okay, 1919. Okay, 1919. In the aftermath of the Treaty of Versailles. Aftermath in the sense, what is that? Results. Okay, results of the Treaty of Versailles. So Italian socialists proclaimed that they were following Bolshevism. Bolshevism in the sense, in the last class I said, is it Lenin, who supported Lenin in the sense, Bolshevik. Yes, Bolshevik party only supported, Bolshevik party only. Later, it was renamed as a communist party, like that even I said. Is it last class I said, it was prevailed in Soviet Russia. Okay, so here Mussolini, here, in the year 1919, yes, when they conducted the election, this man also participated. Mussolini got a third place. Yes, here it is given. Bolshevik won about a third of the seats. Okay, third of the seats, like that it is given, children. Yes, won about a third of a seat. Then Mussolini, he was a son of life history. It is given, children. Life history, Mussolini's life history, it's given. Yes, Mussolini, he was the son of blacksmith. Mussolini's father, blacksmith. Yes, Mussolini's father is blacksmith. And then this son of blacksmith, but he qualified as an elementary school teacher. Yes, he was a school teacher. Okay, he was a school teacher. Yes, he was a blacksmith and qualified as an elementary school teacher. In the end, he became a journalist. Okay, he became a journalist. Okay, journalist in the sense, very well, I think so. His newspaper called as Avanti. Okay, Avanti. His newspaper namely Avanti. Okay, so it is not given in your book, children. You can write it. Okay, side by side, additional points when I am telling, you can write it. When the fascist party was founded in the year 1919, Mussolini immediately joined it. Okay, Mussolini, he was a forceful speaker. Okay, who was a forceful speaker? Mussolini. Yes, Mussolini was a forceful speaker. Okay, and moreover, he was a teacher, journalist. Yes, his newspaper namely Avanti, like that I said he was a forceful speaker. Mussolini began to support the use of violence. Yes, use of violence. Here it is given, and broke with the socialists when they opposed Italy. Yes, so he was a supporter the use of the violence, and broke with the socialists when they opposed Italy's entry into the war. Yes, the fascist party was founded in the year, one word answer, children. One word answer, when the fascist party, which year it was founded in the sense, 1919. So Mussolini immediately joined it, just before I said. Then moreover, as fascist, okay, the fascist people, they were stood for the authority. Yes, they were stood for the authority as well as strength. Is it? So because of that, the industrialist, nationalist, here it is given, children, industrialist, nationalist, ex-soldiers, middle class people, as well as a dissatisfied youth. Discontent in the sense, what is the meaning? Yes, adripti adainda. Yes, dissatisfied youth. Yes, these people, everyone, supported fascist, otherwise supported the fascism. Because, what for? Because they were stood for, which one? Authority, strength and discipline. Yes, so support came from the industrialists. So those people, everyone, they were supported. Yes, supported the Mussolini. Yes, otherwise, supported the fascist party. Okay, so the fascist party, resorted to violence freely. They were conducted the violence in Italy. Yes, so in the year October month, okay, October month 1922, yes, 1922, what happened, 1922, what happened in the sense, Mussolini and his followers led a march, okay, led a march, listen children, in your book it is given 1922, fascist party organized a march, otherwise Mussolini organized a fascist march in the sense they were conducted the meeting, they were conducted not meeting, they were conducted the procession in the sense what is that, the last class itself I said the same meaning, march, procession, yes, they were like a parade like that also we can tell, towards Rome, okay, towards Rome, yes, so that's a thing, the Rome ruler, yes, a Rome ruler, here it is not given, Rome king like that it is given, the king name, Rome king, yes, Victor Emmanuel II, yes, that person, warmly welcomed. Okay, yes, how it was happened in the sense he was impressed by the show of force. Okay, so he invited Mussolini to form he asked him to form the government. Victor Emmanuel II, he was the king of Rome that time. Yes, he warmly welcomed Mussolini and asked him to establish a rule. Otherwise, ask him to form a government. Okay, so the inability of the Democratic Party leaders to combine and act with resolution, this is the reason for the Mussolini's victory. Which one in the sense? Democratic Party leaders, they were very inefficient people, moral incapable people. Yes, inability, no abilities are there. That's what this was the reason. Yes, Mussolini got the success. Okay, so that's a thing. The next one, what is given, Mussolini, fascist under Mussolini, fascist party. So these people, easily they got a, they got a post, is it, they got a post, they got a throne, is it, he warmly welcomed, Victor Emmanuel II, he warmly welcomed, who, Mussolini, is it. So this is the one word answer children, in 1922, this is very important, 1922, October month, yes, he led a march, on Rome. So who impressed in the sense, the king of Rome was very happy, is what was the name of the king in the sense, King Victor Emmanuel II. Okay, so that's a thing. The next one I am telling children, the fascist under the Mussolini. So this personality only, Mussolini, it is given in your book children. It is given, yes, his picture is given, fascist under Mussolini. You can check it, this person, photo is given in your book, you can check it. In 1924, they were conducted the election. Okay, they were 1919, after that, 1924, they were conducted the election. After that, intimidation, what is the meaning in the sense? Threatened. Some people, they were threatened the electors. Okay, electors were threatened by someone. Okay, so 65% of the votes only cast for the fascist party. Only 65% of the vote only they got it. Okay, so one more leader, socialist leader, you can check it. Matteotti. Yes, how to pronounce in the sense, Matteotti, he was a social leader. This person, after the completion of the election, he raised the question about the fairness of the election. Okay, yes, about the fairness in the sense how it was happened, how it came like that, the other parties and all, they got very less. Yes, how did you achieve like that and all, he asked the question. So that's the thing, who questioned the fairness of the election was that person, he asked this and that question. So he was murdered. Okay, Matteotti, he was a socialist leader. This person was murdered. So the opposition parties, boycotted the parliament in protest. Boycotted, what is the meaning? They were neglected. Okay, yes, they were neglected. Yes, they were neglected. Children, listen carefully. Yes, they were neglected. Who were neglected? Opposition parties, boycotted in the parliament in protest. Then Mussolini reacted. Yes, he reacted by banning. Banning in the sense, what is the meaning? He stopped the opposition party. Okay, no need opposition party like that. He stopped, he banned. Okay, Mussolini reacted by banning opposition parties and censoring the press. No one need to write about me. No one need to write about what, about what it was happening in Italy. Yes, no one need to write like that. It was banned. Yes, which one was banned? Press. Italy press was, journal, newspaper was cancelled. Okay, cancelled by whom? Cancelled by, otherwise censored by whom? the Mussolini. Okay, so opposition leaders, opposition leaders were killed or imprisoned. Okay, so whoever opposition party leaders, everybody were killed or murdered or imprisoned. So such a way. Moreover, he assumed the title himself. Okay, who assumed? Mussolini. Yes, Mussolini. This person assumed what title in the sense? Second deuce. Deuce in the sense, what is the meaning? Children, leader. Okay, deuce in the sense, what is the meaning? Second deuce, like that, yes, second deuce, like that, he declared himself. Yes, he assumed the title. That's the thing. In 1926, he became the dictator with the power to legislate. What is the meaning of power to legislate? In the sense, he can pass the laws. Okay, that is the legislative powers. Okay, he have the right. He can have the right to pass the laws. Okay, so next what he did in the sense, he passed a law. He passed a law forbidding the strikes and lockouts. No one need to conduct. No one have the right to conduct the strikes. No one have the right to conduct the lockouts. Okay, so that's the thing. Unions and employers were organized into corporations. Okay, corporations. Unions and employers were organized. Okay, unions as well as employees, they were joined together. They were, they were organized. Which one? Corporations. In the year 1938, Parliament was abolished. Okay, by Mussolini and replaced by a body of representing fascist party. So Parliament, totally it was abolished. Instead of that, which body was there in the sense? The body representing the fascist party and the corporations So that was there. Yes, instead of the Parliament. So this new arrangement bolstered. Yes, what is mean by? Yes, children, what is mean by bolstered? Do you have any idea? Bolstered in the sense supported. Bolstered in the sense, what is the meaning? Supported. Yes, this new arrangement, supported Mussolini's dictatorial control of the economy, as well as enabling him to wield in the sense exercise enormous power. Yes, enormous power as head of the administration on the armed forces That's a thing. 1938, it's very important. 1938, Parliament was abolished. 1938, Parliament was abolished. Instead of that, who came into power? It was replaced by a body representing the fascist party members and the corporations. Okay, they came into power. So this new arrangement bolstered in the sense, who bolstered? Supported Mussolini's dictatorial control of the economy, as well as enabling him to exercise enormous power as the head of the administration. So he was the dictator. Next, what is given in the sense, children? Mussolini's pact with the Pope. It's very, very interesting, children. So the next para, what is that in the sense? Mussolini's pact with the Pope. Yes, Mussolini's pact with the Pope. See here what is given in the sense, nearly 60 years. Okay, nearly 60 years, the problem was there. In between, there was a problem. Yes, there was a problem. Nearly 60 years it was going on. The problem in between the Pope as well as the King. Okay, in Rome, the Pope is there. Pope's place, Rome. Everyone. Is it? So nearly 60 years the problem was there. But, after the arrival of Mussolini, Mussolini signed the treaty with the Pope. Yes, the treaty name, what is that in the sense? Treaty, Lateran Treaty. In the year, which year it was signed in the sense? 1929. Yes, that only it is given in this para. See, once again, I am telling children, in order to give respectability to the fascist party, yes, Mussolini won over the Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church head who? Pope. Yes, his place where in the sense Vatican City. Okay, Vatican City as the independent state. In return, the church recognized. So, they were signed the treaty, both of them, Pope as well as the King, that, our Mussolini signed, So, on the basis of the Lateran Treaty in the year 1929, and on the basis of that, the King recognized the sovereignty of Yes, the King recognized the sovereignty of Pope. Pope recognized the sovereignty of King. Yes, the King recognized the papacy of the Pope. Papacy of the Pope, not sovereignty. papacy of the Pope. At the same time, Pope recognized the sovereignty of the king. Okay, so that is the deal. Okay, so the deal of the, that is the deal of the which one? Which treaty? Lateran Treaty. Lateran Treaty, which year it was signed in the sense 1929. 1929 it was signed, children. 1929 it was signed. It's very interesting. Yes, in return the church recognized the kingdom of Italy. The Roman Catholic faith was made the religion of Italy. Yes, afterwards, Roman Catholic faith was made the religion of Italy. Okay, so thereafter, Italy people, they were started to follow the, which religion? Christianity. And the compulsory religious teaching in school was ordered. Okay, so Catholic, yes, religion, they were started to teach in the schools also. The Lateran Treaty incorporating the said provisions was signed in the year 1929. So next, what is given in the sense, next para, Italy during the Great Depression. During the time of the Great Depression, what happened in Italy? Yes, during the time of the Great Depression. Yes, during the time of the Great Depression, all the countries, were suffered. Yes, were suffered a lot. But in Italy, what happened in the sense, during the years of the Great Economic Depression, the public works. Okay, so what is given in the sense during the time of the election? Okay, the election, which year it was conducted in the sense 1919. Okay, the fascist party came into existence. No, that time, they were conducted the election. So that time, okay, the election time, politicians, they used to give the number of assurances, is it? So one of the assurance, the building, construction of the new bridges, roads, canals, hospitals, schools. So these are the assurances and all given by Mussolini during the time of the 1919 election. Okay, when he came into power. So that works and all he fulfilled during the time of the Great Economic Depression. Okay, Great Economic Depression. That only they are telling. See, the public works of building new bridges, roads and canals, hospitals and schools did not provide solution to the unemployment. Okay, so it did not. He constructed number of buildings are there, schools are there, colleges are there, hospitals are there, but it did not give the solution to the unemployment problem. So in the year 1935, listen, the tricky person, 1935, Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. Okay, Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. So last class also I said, I think so. 1935, Mussolini invaded Italy, invaded Ethiopia. That's what, it was expelled from where? League of Nations, like that we learned already, is it? So this was useful to divert. So through this, he diverted the attention. Okay, that he diverted the attention of the people away from the economic troubles. So through such a way, he managed the situation during the time of the Great Economic Depression. Yes, during that time, what are the things he did in the sense? What are the things he did? He constructed number of bridges, roads and canals, hospitals and schools, but it did not give the solution to the unemployment problem. Yes, in the year 1935, this is the one word answer, children. 1935, Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. Yes, sometimes they may ask from the inside of the book. That's what I am telling. In 1935, Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. So this was useful. Yes, to divert through this, he diverted the people's attention. Okay, people's attention away from the economic troubles. So this much only, children. So shall we mark everything? Yes, only one answer, I think so. Fill in the blanks, you can mark it. Okay, fill in the blanks, not a choose the best answer, I think so. Choose the best answer, you can take it. Page number, question page number, take it, children. Question page number, take it. The question page number 25. Page number 25, just before Lateran Treaty signed by Italy. With whom he signed the Lateran Treaty? Yes, Pope, like that I said. So option C. Option C is the answer. Choose the correct answer. The first one, C option, Pope. Yes, that much only. Yes, remaining, after the completion, I will give one by one. Okay, children. The next one, page number 26, take it. Page number 26, Roman letter 5. Roman letter 5, third question. Those who are following last year book, fourth question for you. Okay, those who have new book for you, 5-3. Okay, children. Last year book, if you are following, you have to mark 5-4. Okay, 5-3 answer. What was the result of Mussolini's march on Rome? Okay, page number 17. Page number 17. Emergence of Mussolini para. From the last you can check it easily, you can find out. It's very easy to count the lines. Okay, 7th line. From the last 7th line, emergence of Mussolini para. From the last 7th line, in October onwards, in October 1922 onwards, 5-3 till the end, Mussolini's triumph. Triumph in the sense you can underline and then write it. Victory, like that also you can write. Triumph in the sense victory. Victory. Here, in between king name and all they did not mention. Okay, so if you you can write it. Victor Emmanuel II. King name, Victor Emmanuel II. King Victor Emmanuel II invited Mussolini to form the government, like that also you can write. Okay, children? Yes? Then homework portion. Homework portion. You can note down. I hope all are writing the work in the long size note. That's what every day, we are thinking and then we are preparing and then we are giving the notes. Homeworks. The first lesson, 3 essays over. 3 essays we gave. 4th essay. So 4 essays also learn and write it in your long size note. Already 3 essays over in the sense only 1 essay enough. Okay, apply the date and then write it. Apply the date and then write it. Anyway, this is the Tuesday's homework. Coming Tuesday I will give, no? Yes, Monday geography teacher will give. Tuesday I will give. So that time, what is the homework in the sense? History part, first lesson, 6, Roman letter 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 essays you should be thorough. Okay, already 3 over in this week itself. 1 essay only you have to learn. Okay. Okay, children. Thank you.